She's got class and style, street knowledge by the pile. Baby, never act wild. Very low.
Hey guys, it's Bree and welcome to my channel. So if you guys read the title, then you would know that the kid is pregnant. And yeah, I figured I would just do like one big first trimester update for this video. Also, a rare sighting, me wearing makeup. Like, I really don't wear makeup that much, but when I do, I'm cute with it or whatever. But anyway, yeah, obviously I didn't announce my pregnancy early on. I actually experienced, y'all, it's weird. My hair is like making shadows on my face and body, and I think that's so weird. But anyway, yeah, I figured I'll just catch you guys up to speed. I actually had a miscarriage before, and when I found out I was pregnant this time around, I knew I didn't want to announce it too early just because I didn't want to get too excited just in case something were to go wrong. But yeah, the day that I'm filming this, I'll turn 17 weeks tomorrow. So I'm pretty far along. Not that far along, but definitely in the second trimester. And yeah, my next appointment is at the end of this month. I think it's like October 6th. And my next appointment is the end of this month. And I might honestly wait until then to upload this video, just to be sure. At that point, I will have my anatomy scan and I'll be 20 weeks pregnant. So by then it'll be like halfway through. And I'll just feel a little bit more comfortable finally, like really getting excited and announcing it. But yeah, so I found out I was pregnant back in July. I want to say like July 11th. And I was actually getting ready for work this morning, and my little period tracker app said that my period was 1 day late. And I don't know what possessed me to take a pregnancy test, because I just knew I wasn't pregnant. I was like, you're not pregnant. Like, there was just no way. I had just had the miscarriage and I wasn't really doing much, to be honest. So I was like, there's just no freaking way. But I had a pregnancy test left over, so I was like, let me just take it. I took that test, and girl, let me tell you, that thing was positive AF. And some women will say, oh, the line was faint. I couldn't tell. I wasn't sure. Like, nah, baby, the test was positive. I was positive that I saw what I saw. Like, there was no mistaking it. It was so positive. And like, the first thing I did was call my cousin. She's like literally my best friend. I called my cousin and I was like, girl, you finna be an auntie. And we had like a whole little conversation on my way to work or whatever. And so when I get off of work that day, I went to the store to get more pregnancy tests, and I don't know why, because they're very accurate. Like, one was enough for me, honestly, but I was like, let me just be sure. So I took another one and it was positive as well. And my boyfriend calls me and he's like, he wants me to come over. And I was like, okay, there's no way I can come over and not tell him. So, excuse me. So I like run to Target real quick to try to put together something to tell him, because I didn't want to just be like, yeah, I'm pregnant again. So I think I recorded a little bit of footage from that day. So if I still have it, I will insert it. Okay, y'all. I'm in the car and I just got off the phone with him. And he wants me to come over. So I got this little box at Target. And this is what I put on the lid. It says you plus me equals 3 French fries on the way. Hey, baby daddy. And I'll put like a pink and a blue heart, because obviously we don't know the gender. And that's my pregnancy test up there. So yeah, and French fries are, I don't know if I said this, but our previous pregnancy, we called the baby Nugget because we weren't at a point where we knew what gender it was going to be. And so we didn't have the official name, so we just referred to the baby as Nugget. And we always said if we had like our next baby, we would call our next baby French Fry. And since somebody's pregnant, French fry is on the way. And I'm just gonna set these little socks in. I'm just gonna set it in there. So like, this is just how it looks. So it's like the socks and that. And then ideally he'll open the lid like this and see it. But yeah. But yeah, I just made like a little box just so it wasn't the cutest thing, but it was better than just being like, so I'm knocked up. So yeah, I get to his house and he's like, what's in the box? And I was like so nervous because we really weren't trying to have a kid right now. So I was a little bit anxious on his reaction. And when he opened it, he was just like staring at the box like, what in the world? Because when I tell y'all that I just knew I wasn't gonna be pregnant. So it was a shock to both of us, but yeah. I was finally able to schedule an appointment. So my first doctor's appointment was gonna be August 1st. So far at the very beginning, I didn't have that many symptoms. I feel like people typically experience symptoms and then they take a pregnancy test, but for me, like, I didn't really have that many symptoms. I will say that I started to get like a really crazy stuffy nose, like the week leading up to me finding out, and the week after. I had this crazy stuffy nose and like a lot of mucus. And once I found out I was pregnant, I actually Googled it, and there's actually a thing about producing more mucus and it could give you a stuffy nose and something called pregnancy rhinitis. So I was like, okay, maybe that's what it was, whatever. Then I would say about week 5, which is probably a week after I found out, I started getting this crazy gas. I mean, I would wake up every morning with just a stomach ache. Like the only time I felt nauseous was from gas. Like the gas was so bad. Now I still get gas. It's not as bad or as often, but I definitely still get it. But it was really, really bad at first. And then I want to say like week 7 maybe, I started to get just really, really dog ass tired. Like I just could not keep my eyes open. I was so tired, which I definitely knew was a pretty common symptom of pregnancy. So that was like, yep, the kid is pregnant. Like I just could not keep my eyes open. If I wasn't at work, well, like when I would come home from work, I would pass out by like 7:30 p.m. And anyone who knows me knows I'm a night owl. So that was definitely weird. But other than that, I didn't have any other symptoms. I didn't have the morning sickness. I wasn't even nauseous unless I was gassy. I didn't have any crazy cravings. I didn't have any food aversions, like nothing. So I was actually kind of worried because I'm like, I didn't really have symptoms with my first pregnancy and it didn't go well. So August 1st rolls around, my first doctor's appointment, and I was 7 weeks, 3 days. And I'm so anxious for, reasons that I've already stated. And we get a abdominal ultrasound and then a transvaginal ultrasound. And we see the baby, and it just looked like a little blob, to be honest. The ultrasound tech was like, this spot is the yolk sac and this spot is the baby. And I'm like, I'm glad you said something because I couldn't tell. Like, it was just like a blob. But on the little speck or whatever, you could see the heart like flickering, and that just like sold it for me. I'm like, okay, everything's good. I believe the baby's heartbeat was like 174 at that appointment. But yeah, she actually said the baby was measuring 8 weeks and I was 7 weeks 3 days, but she didn't change my due date. So yeah, then after that we meet with the doctor, who basically just said everything looked normal. She told me like, don't eat this and don't eat that, and it was a pretty good appointment. Everything went well. She was asking me if I had like the morning sickness. I was like, no, I was actually kind of worried. I didn't feel nothing. But she told me that just, everybody has different symptoms, and she said that the baby looks healthy and normal. Excuse me. And she was like, if you don't get morning sickness, count your blessings. And she was basically like, it's not really an indicator of the health of your baby. So that kind of rested my mind just a little bit. So y'all, at this point, this was like 2 days before we went on vacation. If you guys saw my vacation prep and like swimsuit haul. That was all for my cruise that me and my family were going on. So we left on August 3rd. At this point, the only people that knew I was pregnant was me, my boyfriend, my cousin, my one friend, and my one coworker. My parents still did not know, and neither did anyone else in my family, and I knew they were gonna find out on vacation because the kid not about to be drinking and I can't do certain things. So we're going normal. I'm drinking my fake little mocktails and stuff, and it's so weird. Like, my mom offered me a drink and I was like no, and my aunt offered me one, I was like no, and I'm like, they're gonna know, like they're gonna pick up. So it's the night before this excursion that I picked out. We were supposed to go ziplining. I was so excited. I've always wanted to go ziplining, and the doctor told me in my last appointment that I couldn't. So I'm still upset about it because I still haven't gotten to do it. But anyways, you know, I didn't want to do anything to hurt the baby, so it was what it was. And the night before this excursion, my boyfriend told my dad about, you know, the pregnancy. Now, I can't really go into detail about what happened because when I asked him to relay the information, he acted like he couldn't tell me what happened. So I can't really tell his reaction or anything. But the next morning, everybody's getting ready for this excursion except for me. And my mom was getting so mad. She's like, you need to wake up. We need to be here on time so we don't miss it. And I just felt so bad because she still didn't know. And so they all go meet up. You have to meet up at like a certain place for your excursion. And I just kind of fell back with my little cousin and my aunt. And my mom was texting me like, where are you? And I was like, oh my God, I felt so bad, yo. And for some reason, I guess she still didn't realize like why I didn't go. So later on in the afternoon, we were in our cabin and she's staring at me. And she goes, y'all couldn't believe what came out of her mouth. She said, it looks like you're retaining water. Are you pregnant? Y'all, I didn't know what to do. I was like, what? First of all, I never even heard of that before. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was really, really bloated. Like week 6 to week 10, I was crazy, crazy bloated. And my boyfriend thought he was like, no, I don't think you are. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, my stomach is huge. But anyway, I never even heard of that because I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, so I didn't respond. And she was like, hello, are you pregnant? And I said, I don't know, maybe. And I don't know why I said that because I'm like, bitch, you know you pregnant. But I thought she wouldn't be as mad if like I wasn't sure. And you know, it was still early. And I'm like, let's just wait till we're further along before we get too many people involved. Yeah, she was pissed. She didn't talk to me for a couple of days. She was rolling her eyes at me like she was upset about it. Which, you know, is fine. That's understandable, you know. Nobody is really happy to hear that their unmarried daughter with not a good job is, you know, is pregnant. But, you know, it was what it was. So we enjoyed our vacation. We had a great time. Maybe I'll insert a couple of photos in this little video because I didn't really vlog. But yeah, we had a great time on vacation. And when we get back, I guess she finally came around. She came into my room one day and she was like, you used to have those prenatals? And I was like, yeah. She said, make sure you take those every single day. She said, you can't eat junk food anymore, you're pregnant. And then she was asking like when my doctor's appointment was and stuff like that. So she came around. So yeah. So at this point, my family my mom knew, my dad knew. My mom told my aunt, which is my cousin's mom, and my aunt asked my cousin if she knew, and my cousin was like, yeah. And they were I think they were kind of mad because like it was, anyway, everybody came around. I would actually say that I think my parents are excited now. But yeah, so my second doctor's appointment was August 29th. I was 11 weeks, 3 days. And at this point, I was really, really anxious because just so many things can go wrong, especially in early pregnancy. And at my first appointment, the doctor said that it was great that they found the heartbeat and everything like that, but she said at 10 weeks that would be even better, and the chance of a miscarriage after that point would be like less than 2%. So I had to go to this appointment by myself, and that made me even more nervous, but I went, and the nurse came in, asked me a few questions, and then we were out. But she was looking for the baby's heartbeat with a Doppler, which was another thing that I found out, was that you don't really get to have an ultrasound very often, which I think is crazy. Like, I'm paying y'all hundreds and thousands of dollars. I should at least get an ultrasound at every appointment. But anyway, she could not find the heartbeat, and y'all, my heart was in my ass. I was like, oh no. And she was like, don't worry, you know, it's still early on. We're gonna bring in the ultrasound machine. So the doctor comes in, the doctor's asking me a few questions, and she was like, let's do an ultrasound to find the baby or whatever. So they do the ultrasound, and we see the baby in seconds, which I was like, thank God. And the baby's back was out, like the baby's back was like facing us, which might be part of the reason why they couldn't find the heartbeat at first. Or also, like, I'm a big girl, probably got some cushioning that they had to go through. But we saw the heartbeat. I think at this appointment it was like 1:59 or something like that. She said everything looked good. We got a good picture of the baby. In fact, let me go get it. Okay, so this is the ultrasound from that second appointment. This is when the baby's like entire back was facing us, and you can actually see like the little leg coming up the side. And this picture, the baby was like kind of on a profile view. My baby has head and the body, and then this little spot by the face was the hand. So the baby was like moving their hands around like this. So it was just so amazing for me to see that. I also got to hear the heartbeat, and that's just it was such a beautiful experience for me. But yeah, everything looked great. They sent me on my way. About a week and a half after that appointment, at that appointment, I also got a bunch of blood draws. I didn't get any blood drawn in my first appointment, so they did all of those blood draws, plus she did some kind of genetic testing. So, and that was a struggle. The lady used both my arms. She just had I was in there for about 30 minutes. She had a hard time getting my blood. Then I had to come back the next day to finish, because like it just was not working out. But anyway, my results came in really quickly from that. I want to say like Tuesday, Wednesday. I had my blood drawn Thursday and Friday. By like Tuesday, Wednesday of that next week, I had all my test results. Everything looks good. My genetic testing came back. Everything looks good. And they told me the gender of the baby. So they were like, you know, we also have the gender. Do you want to know? And I was like, what is it? What is it? What is it? Like, I was so excited. So I do know the gender. I'm not going to tell you guys in this video, because I wanted to do a video where I like look at the gender wives' tales and see which ones like match up, whatever. But I do know the gender, and I was so excited to find out, because like I didn't want to wait longer than I had to, honestly. So yeah, about a week and a half after that, so September 9th, I had an MT scan, which is supposed to be an ultrasound, and they look for Down syndrome and like some other birth defects or something. So my boyfriend comes with me to this appointment, and at this appointment I was exactly 13 weeks. However, the ultrasound tech was saying that the baby was measuring like 14 weeks one day, 14 weeks 2 days. So they couldn't even get the measurement for the MT scan. For those of you who don't know, it's supposed to be done during a certain amount of time, before the baby's, you know, after the baby's too young and before the baby's too old. And since the baby was measuring so much bigger than what I actually was, they weren't able to get the measurement. So that's again, the baby is measuring a little bit bigger, so I don't know if I have a big baby or if I'm just like more pregnant than what we think I am based off my last menstrual cycle. But that was that. So we just had a good ultrasound of the baby. My boyfriend has the ultrasound strip from that appointment. I have a couple of photos on my phone, but I'm recording on my phone, so if I remember when I'm editing, I can like insert some photos. We had like a really good picture of the baby's legs, which was so dope. The baby was like, I said the, y'all, I have to cut that out. I accidentally set the gender, but the baby was kicking their legs, like just kicking their legs. It was so cool. They were moving around. They even put their hand in their mouth at one point. Yeah, I just fell in love with my little baby, like for real. But yeah, the baby was measuring like a whole week ahead at that appointment, so they didn't even get to do the measurements, but we did get like just a dope ultrasound of the baby, so that was cool. And yeah, then my most recent appointment was like a week or two ago, September like 26th ish. And so I was 15 weeks 3 days. At this appointment, I had to get a flu shot. I had to get my first pap smear and more blood taken. This time it was only 1 bottle of blood, thank goodness. So yeah, and then they just asked me a couple of questions. They always ask me a couple of questions. And then the nurse did the thing with the Doppler again. This time she found the heartbeat, and I think the heartbeat was like 156, 154, something like that. I'll type it at the screen if I'm saying it wrong, but it was so amazing to hear the heartbeat, know that the baby was good. They didn't do an ultrasound or anything. I did get a measurement on my stomach from like right above my pubic area to top of my stomach, and whatever measurement she got from that, she said it was that my stomach was measuring about 16 weeks, even though the baby is 15 weeks, 3 days or whatever. So but she wasn't worried about it. She didn't seem concerned about it or anything. So yeah, my blood and my pap smear test came back great. They weren't concerned about anything. And yeah, so my next appointment, like I said, is at the end of this month, the end of October. I might wait until then before I actually upload this video, just because, like I said, it'll be like halfway through my pregnancy and I'll just feel a lot more comfortable. Hopefully by then I'll be feeling the baby move. I don't know if I felt the baby move. I have felt some little movements in my stomach area, but I just don't know if it's the baby. Like, I don't know how it would feel exactly. And I also read a lot of things that say like the baby is still so small, so it might be really hard to feel it. And then also, like, I'm a bigger girl, so there's more cushioning in there. Then they were saying, like, depending on the placement of your placenta and stuff like this. I don't know if I'm feeling the baby move or not. Hopefully I feel like distinct movement soon that I just know is the baby, because I feel like that would really ease my mind to be able to feel the baby, because waiting a month in between each appointment is honestly really nerve-wracking. But yeah, so the day that I'm filming this, like I said, I'll be 17 weeks exactly tomorrow. So yeah. Oh, I'm wearing a jumpsuit. I was gonna show y'all my stomach. I mean, I could still show it to y'all, but I don't think I'm really showing. The nurse at my last appointment said, oh, I see your little bump. And my coworker said she sees it too. I feel like I just look flat. I mean flat. I feel like I look fat. And then, like, by the end of the day, I'm super bloated. And I feel like it looks really round by the end of the day. But I don't know. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments if you think y'all see something. But yeah, like I said, I really haven't had too many symptoms. Since about week 10 or 11, I haven't been as tired. I actually have so much more energy now. Yeah, I'm back to staying up till like midnight. I don't stay up too late because I have to get up early for work, but I'm definitely not passed out at 7 p.m. like I was before. I need to get back to exercising because I'm not trying to be a big lard ass during my pregnancy or after. The doctor said I should gain about 10 to 20 pounds. And I've already gained a little bit of weight according to, you know, measurements. According to my scale, I had gained 5 pounds. According to the doctors, I gained 8 pounds. Obviously, they're going to go by theirs, but when I weigh myself at home, I do it in the morning naked to get like the most accurate thing. And obviously at the doctor's office, I'm like wearing clothes and shoes. So I have put on some weight. Being that I'm supposed to gain 10 to 20 and I'm not even halfway there yet, and according to them I gained 8 pounds. To me, that sounds like a lot. And I heard that you gain a lot of weight at the end, like 1 pound a week, and I'm like, that's a lot of pounds. But yeah, I need to get that under control. But yeah, I actually finally worked out just a few days ago. I did a little at-home workout. So I'm proud of myself for that. I do need to be more consistent though. I want to work out 4 or 5 times a week at least. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself for that. I was exercising at the beginning of my pregnancy, obviously before I found out, and then right after I found out, I was still going. And then once like week 7 came, I was just dog ass tired. I couldn't do anything. Then about week 11, I had more energy, but I think I was just so used to not really working out. And between week 11 and now, I did like 1 or 2 random workouts, and then I just did one a few days ago. So I need to be more consistent with that. For sure. There's actually this YouTuber that I follow, and I have her on Instagram. She's pregnant right now as well, and she's very active. So I've actually been using her for motivation, and she has nice little workouts too. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't really know what else to tell you guys about. I think I caught you guys up on everything. Obviously, if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. Yeah, but I'm really excited. I'm so excited. We know the gender. We also know the name. We knew the name like before I was even pregnant, but we definitely know the name. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't really know what else to talk about. Like, I just want to kind of update you guys, because I always knew like I would want to share this journey on my channel and just have memories and stuff like that. Yeah, so like I said, I don't know when I'm gonna upload this video. I might upload it sooner than my 20-week appointment, but I'm really feeling like I might wait until the 20-week appointment just to be extra sure. But yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video because we're already at 30 minutes, and some of y'all probably left the video already. And I know I said I was gonna add in some clips, so yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you've been enjoying my channel. So yeah, you guys let me know in the comments if there's any videos that you guys want to see. And yeah, stay tuned for more video. Okay, y'all, that's not my stomach, it's my titties. I know they big. Y'all, I forgot to say this. I should have filmed over here. The shadows are better. Y'all, my boobs are huge. I mean, they were big already, but they don't even fit in my bras anymore, like at all. So that sucks. And then also, y'all, my nipples are so sensitive. And like, I've heard of people having sore breasts, but like specifically just my nipples are really sensitive. They get really cold and like painful and uncomfortable. Like, that really sucks. Those are my other symptoms that I've had. Now, seriously, I'm gonna show y'all my stomach and let y'all go. See, like, y'all can see that I'm like, I cannot fit any of my bras. Anyway, this probably isn't the best to show y'all, but this is like my stomach. I'm not really pushing it out. Okay, now I'm pushing it out. Okay, now I'm not pushing it out. And then like, if I tried to suck it in, I could still suck it in a little bit. Whew, but not for long. Not like I used to. So that's what it looks like from the front. I don't think I really look pregnant from the front at all. But from the side, I think I just look a little chubby. So yeah, that's my little bump. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really gonna close it out now because 32 minutes. So I'll see y'all in my next video.